Well, bro, you know what I mean? These Chelsea fans were more bothered about the wage structure going into the season rather than getting actual players, rather than getting a proper striker, rather than getting a proper goalkeeper. So they deserve this. They deserve it, man. Because I had to deal with all these Chelsea fans. When we sat there and very reasonably said that this is shocking that Chelsea haven't gone and bought a striker, shocking that they've not got a goalkeeper, and we were called Chelsea haters. Okay, cool. But the facts are, had you gone and got a striker, which is what me and you suggested that you should have done in the summer, you would still be probably in a top four race, and you'd probably still be in the FA Cup. So this is what they deserve. This is what the board deserve, because to have Sanchez as your goalkeeper and Jackson as your striker is absolutely shocking. And pretty mad to be honest. But listen, if they get top four and win that Conference League, I'm sure they'll take that as an acceptable season. But the standards at Chelsea Football Club are well and truly through the floor. Absolutely shambolic. The fact that some of their fans who used to demand success and was once, in recent history, one of the most successful clubs in this country in terms of trophies, are now just accepting of this position and very quickly turn into Arsenal fans who they mocked for many years is quite something. It really is, because all I'm seeing is a blue Chelsea at the moment. And these Chelsea fans, man, not all of them. I know some of them are calling it out, but too many of these Chelsea fans are going down the PR route and are becoming Arsenal 2.0. And it's quite mad because, like I say, they used to be one of the most ruthless set of fans and ruthless set of clubs in the country. And it worked. They won trophies. They were the most successful clubs in the country. And now it's all about the process, bro. It's all about the process. So we'll see, man. I mean, a couple of years' time, I'm sure they'll be challenging for a league and that. But the days of Chelsea challenging year in, year out for serious silverware is over. And some of their fans are accepting of it. Pretty mad how quickly in football, how quickly fans can just change, It's crazy, man.
LB, do you know how much respect
I have for you? Do you know what's worse, though? I think it's mad that, people don't want to change at the same time. Isn't life all about change? When you deep it.
Yeah.
Bro, what the fuck was that? When you deep it, bro.
When you deep it, though. No, but when you deep it, though, no, because, bro, your new money, so it's all good for you to turn around and be like, you need to have standards, because you've been able to sustain it for the last 10 years as the richest club in the country. It's easy to say that, but before you had that luxury, where was you, man? You, man, weren't about standards. So you've changed your tune. Just because you changed it to a net positive doesn't mean you can shit on people because they're changing
The point is, yes or no, Chelsea were the most successful clubs in this country.
In the last 20 years, they probably were, yeah.
So now why is some Chelsea fans now accepting this?
LB, you haven't said a word that ain't true. Not one word that ain't true. I was literally saying this to Charlie an hour ago. I literally called them the Blue Arsenal. I'm sure Deji would even agree with that because they are now celebrating the end of Wenger's era.
No one's celebrating anything.
Arsenal. What?
No one's celebrating anything.
Oh, what is your expectations this year? Top four and maybe the West Ham trophy. You are Blue Arsenal. There's no denying it.
If you want to win the Europa Conference League,
of course
then that makes them Blue West Ham. Take your pick. Take your pick.
That's what LB's saying.
Why would
you not want to win a competition that you're in?
Why would I not want to win that?
You have to win it, Charlie.
No. I don't want to sound. No. I think that they should go and win that, and I think they should go and bully their way through that to show the world that they are far too good for that competition. I think doing this whole don't want to win it because it's a dead competition is the wrong thing.
That's fair.
We said that at the beginning of the season. We all said that, right, on various different shows. I certainly said it to Charlie. I was like, you have to win that. That is a dead cert. With the teams that you've got in that competition, you should win it, regardless of whether it was your main competition you were aiming for at the beginning of the season or not. Yeah. You have to win that. Anything less is not good enough because we can't have been hammering Billy all season last season saying you must win, and then Chelsea with the summer that they've had and the expenditure they've had on players, regardless of what they still need, they have to go and win that. They are miles ahead of any other club in that competition. It has to be done,
and they can't celebrate it, Pete. They win it and move on. That's the thing.
Yeah,
that's what they got to do with it. It's just embarrassing how your standards have dropped. I said to you earlier, Charlie, your loss to Brighton was worse than Liverpool's loss because you lost to your feeder club. You literally lost to your feeder club with your first team out there. At least Errol has the excuse of a half-strung team. You lost to your feeder club. You've already nicked their best players and left them the shitters by one player, and you lost to them. And you lost to them. You settled for being Blue Arsenal now. That's cool.
No one's saying that. But what I'm saying is that if we qualify for the Champions League and win a trophy, that's not what we want to be, but that is progress from finishing 6th and winning nothing last season. So, yes, it's not in the big picture where we want to be. We want to be challenging for Premier Leagues, winning the big trophies, but that's not going to happen overnight in one season. So what I'm saying is I don't want to be celebrating top fours and qualifying for the Champions League. But having not been in the Champions League for 2 years, I will be taking that. And that will be a sign of progress. And then we have to look at moving on and challenging next season. So this idea that people are
You've got no standards, Charlie. You've got no standards.
Charlie,
You've got no standards, mate. You've got no standards whatsoever, Charlie. You should be ashamed of yourself. No standards. Your club.
Charlie, looking at your situation now, then, okay, because it wasn't long ago, and we were talking about it that people were saying that you were in a title race. You're still 4th, okay, but you didn't get your goalkeeper, you didn't get your striker. Am I right? Did Jackson get injured? Did he go off injured?
He did against West Ham, but I think he's back on Friday.
Yeah, okay. So in that situation, with the form that you're in, are you getting Champions League? Because I was looking at the form table a while ago, and the form of Chelsea is wild at the moment. Do you have confidence that Maresca's going to turn this around?
No, because we made the squad worse in January, and Villa strengthened their squad, City strengthened their squad. Obviously, Newcastle are doing very well at the moment. Forest are still there, even though everyone says they're going to drop off, they're still there. So, like the teams that we're competing with, 2 of them improved their squads. We made our squad worse. We took an active decision.
But Charlie, let me come back on that quick, bro, because you are literally 1 game a week like Newcastle are, because you have a conference team that basically is your B team.
Yeah, so that's all gone now.
What do you mean?
Well, as in, like, we haven't played Conference League since like sort of start of December. So like the rotation thing is gone now. We're not rotating that much. We've lost the advantage of rotating with them Conference League games, and now obviously we've let 6 players go in January who were all rotation options in the Conference League squad. So it's going to be a little bit different. Yes, you've added Palmer, and yes, you've added Chalobah to the squad and whatnot, but it's a problem because we've got less options now. We've got to have less rotation when those games start coming up. And ultimately, the manager's got to do better. But he's been massively let down by the people that have put the squad together. How anyone can watch Chelsea and think in January that we didn't need to go and sign a centre forward and that we didn't need to get some depth in midfield. And the only midfield player we signed was a 19-year-old for 12 million quid, who's a replacement for Santos when he comes back from Strasbourg in the summer. And Maresca, by his own words, has said that, this guy's not going to play much for the second half of the season. So what?
You spend £1 billion and you're still crying. It's embarrassing.
No. I'll tell you why. Because the way the squad's been put together has been shambolic. Because you cannot invest £1.5 billion in a squad and still need a whole spine of a team. You can't do that.
Well, you can do that when you're chopping and changing managers every 5 seconds. Because you did it with Potter, then you did it with Pochettino, and now you've got Maresca in. So you can actually do that, and that's the reality. And that's been the problem with Chelsea, is that they've invested so much money in every manager that's come in, and every single manager that you've brought in those last 3 all operate differently. So they're going to bring in different players to be able to play for that particular manager. So what you've got now is a bit of a mixed match team, but you can't always rely on money to bail you out. You've got to get your managers to do the business. Look at what Emery's invested now, but before he was getting them playing to a tune. We still got Jacob Murphy playing on our right wing. Like he wasn't doing any. He was shocking. He was on loan at Sheffield Wednesday under Steve Bruce, and we're trying to make it work. You got Forest that have invested over time, but they've got players that before this season nobody would have wanted to sign. Nobody would have cared about any one of those players that they've got playing. So you can't keep using money as an excuse.
No, I'm not using money as an excuse. But what I'm saying is, though,
do the business.
Is legitimately fair. Is we do not have a striker, which is hampering us. We haven't got a top class goalkeeper. We haven't got a top class centre back, and we've got no depth in midfield. So what I'm saying is, right, nobody can look at this Chelsea squad and tell me it's a complete squad, because it's not. And that's unforgivable when you spend.
Yeah, but that's all well and good, Charlie. But you've gone on at me and Pete.
You look at
how many times has he told us, Pete, about Jackson and that he is a good striker, and now suddenly they have no striker? Okay, so now you have no striker. Which one is it? Which one is it?
We've got no alternative to him. You tell me you could.
So now there's no alternative. A minute ago you had no striker.
Yeah,
we're all in the same boat, though. We're all in the same boat.
It's about decisions that go. But there's only so much the manager can do, right? When you've got one striker to play for the whole season, what are you supposed to do with that?
Here's an idea. Try coaching. Isn't that what they're paid for? Coach the players.
You have alternative options. You have to have alternative options.
Look what Eddie Howe's done with the likes of Joe Linton. Look what he's done with Murphy. That's called coaching. Yeah. Why is it now there's this narrative of buy your way out instead of improve the players you've got? If they're going to be earning these big bucks, coach.
Yeah, players have improved. What I'm saying is, though, is that we are missing pretty much the spine of a team still. So, like, it's not hard to understand. Should we be doing better? Yes. Should he be getting more out of these players? Yes, because we've already seen him get more out of them at the start of the season. But it is not incorrect to say that we are missing the spine of a team and that the manager has been let down by those putting the squad together. That's facts.
Coach him.
Let me bring Deji in, man, because Deji, he's been sitting there patiently. I'm quite surprised he's been so patient.
Yeah, no, I mean, I had my piece. You know, my beef is with Liverpool at the moment, and I said my thing, and I don't want to go back on that. I look, you know, Charlie's a nice guy, and he does these things. He has a way with words. The truth of the matter is, your team is pathetic. It's been pathetic because how do you spend 1.5 billion and then still say you haven't finished off the job? We all would love to be in that position to spend 1.5 billion and still need work to do. The truth of the matter is you were shaking your bum for Maresca, who is a championship manager, and you tried to lie. You tried to do cognitive dissonance and pretend that this guy was going to do something special. The truth is,
I never said he was going to do anything special.
But you know, Chelsea fans in the main, sorry, you're just holding smoke for your fan base, have been lying to themselves. Look, Charlie, you still believe you can get top 4?
Well, not anymore. I don't. Once the January window closed, I said we're not going to do it.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. So for me, you know, what you have done is you've just compounded my fears. London as a whole is in the mud. We've got red Tottenham, we've got blue Tottenham. We're all moving like Tottenham. So no one here can sit here with any pride. The other place that's a hot mess is Manchester. What a disgrace of a town that is right now. Somebody bring in Andy Burnham and sort this crap out. So really and truly, it's not Nottingham, Newcastle, Liverpool who are holding the forts up. But Chelsea, I don't feel sorry for them. How do you like? I remember saying to someone, they were like, "We ain't got a striker." And I went, "What? Ain't that João Felix?" Yeah, and we got rid of him. I was like, "That's so dumb. Like, who does that? Who is involved in the planning?" You're talking about Nkuku, and Nkuku's come out to say he ain't no striker, yet you play him striker. I mean,
there's no one else to play there. We have to play him.
It's crazy.
It's mental.
It's crazy. So for me, I get dealt with on these channels because Spurs are in the mud. But really and truly, you guys are in the mud because there is no excuse for those types of performances. None.
No, it's not.
You know what I'm saying? And yet you're producing them. So yeah, that's all I have to say. For me, Charlie, you might as well join me in United first.
Oh, steady on. Whoa. We're still 4th.
You're violent. There were 3 violinists on that Titanic. There were 3. We've been looking for another person to join me and Dan, and it could be you, mate. You could be.
Dan's not having it. On the Dan's face. Dan's not having it.
If we miss out,
Charlie, do you finish top 4? Do you finish top 4 in your opinion?
Not anymore. No.
Where'd you finish?
5th.
Still Champions League.
Champions League. So Charlie, who's finishing ahead of you? Who's finishing ahead of you? I love asking Chelsea fans this question.
I think Man City will finish ahead of us. And I think probably Newcastle as well. Although,
and just say Forest.
Who else? Who else?
Well, it could be 6. No, I'm saying we could be 6, but one of them 2 is finishing ahead of us. I'll probably say City will get themselves.
Not both, just one of them.
Just one of them out of City and Newcastle, yeah. I think Forest will stay there, to be honest, now.
All right. Who else do you got? So Arsenal, Liverpool. So you seriously think you'll finish ahead of Newcastle or Man City?
Yeah, more likely to be Newcastle.
Based on what evidence? Because Deji's right, you're in the mud right now.
Well,
if you have no striker.
If fourth place is in the mud, then that's not bad, is it? If I'm in the mud in fourth, what's Billy in then? With Villa in what?
Stop deflecting.
No, I'm just asking the question. If I'm in the mud in fourth, and
Billy's in the Champions League, so you can't talk to him.
He's gone to Monaco, so he's won at life. We've been to Monaco. Brilliant.
Yeah. No, look, we're going to finish fifth or sixth. I don't see us finishing fourth, but ultimately, we just have to get back in the Champions League. That means fifth place.
If you finish sixth, should you sack Maresca?
No, because you're just starting again. It's pointless. Like,
but didn't you finish? Where did you finish last season? Sixth.
Sixth, yeah.
So you've had zero progress then, if you finish sixth.
Well, league position wise, but you can't. No one's watched Chelsea this season, and like the football's been way better. We've actually got a style of play.
It doesn't matter. People only remember league positions in 10 years time.
Sure.
So would you have progressed? If you finish sixth this season, which you seem to think isn't out of the realms of possibility,
and win the Conference League?
You going to count that, really?
Well, yeah, of course I'm going to count that.
Okay, so is that progress? Doing a West Ham, is that progress? You're a West Ham.
Even if they don't, they'd still qualify for a higher competition in the Conference League.
So we had so we finished sixth last season with no trophy. If we finish sixth with a trophy this season, we have made progress.
You're happy with that, yeah?
Well, I'm not happy with it, but it's progress. I'm not happy with it.
Well, no, you would be happy with it because you wouldn't sack Maresca, according to you. So you're not.
No, I wouldn't sack the manager because the problems are bigger than the manager. That's the point. Is that sacking a manager doesn't achieve anything, and we just start again, and we have the same conversation in 12 months' time.